things. So one topic that we've obviously addressed a lot is the idea of interest rates, right? Understanding, the type of interest rate that you're going to be using will determine a lot about, your financial journey and the successful journey that you're on. We introduced the concept of the rule of 72, which is the mental math shortcut that you can use to quickly identify, how long a certain product or account is going to, how long it's going to take for you to double your money in that certain account, right? Take 72 divided by the interest rate, and it's going to tell you how many years it's going to take for you to double your money. So I want to take that concept and go one more layer deeper. Gary Keller, in his book, The Millionaire Real Estate Investor, introduced this idea of the conditions of money, right? There's certain levels or conditions in which your money can operate, right? The first one being dead money, right? Dead money is considered anything between 0 and 4%, meaning if a product, account, or some type of investment opportunity is giving you below 4%, it's dead money, meaning it's not outpacing the inflation rate that we're all dealing with on an annual basis, right? Historically, you're looking at a 3.5% interest rate, that if your money's not maintaining a 3.5% or more interest rate or growth on it, your money's losing value, right? And obviously, 2022, 2023, we saw insane in interest rates or inflation rates, and that was caused a lot of confusion around everybody. So keeping in mind that depending on how you're putting your money to work and what interest rates you're getting is going to dictate if it's dead money, or the second condition is safe money, right? Meaning safe money is 5% all the way up to 8%, meaning if you're getting a 5 to 8% return on that, your money's safe. It's outpacing inflation, but it's not necessarily growing, right? It's not losing value, but it's having a nominal amount of growth that, obviously is going to factor into your overall, plan. But that's why it's considered safe money, is because it's not losing value on an annual basis, but it's definitely not putting the amount of growth that you want on an annual basis into your pocket. So the third condition is the healthy money. This is 9% to 12%. If your investment or your opportunity is giving you a 9 to 12%, it's healthy, it's growing. You're getting an absolute positive good return, right? You do that over a 10, 15, 20, 30 year period, you're going to see substantial growth in that investment or those monies that you're using. Again, thinking about your money as, little soldiers or warriors that need to go out and produce a level of, results for you, you got to hold them accountable. Just like employees, for those of us that are business owners, every employee you have to make sure that there's a level of, result or performance that they have to produce. You need to have the exact same expectations for your money when you put them to work, right? Understanding that you want to leverage the opportunities that you have available to you, keeping in mind your short-term, mid-term, long-term strategy, okay? And then that brings us to the fourth condition. The fourth condition of money is what's called wealthy money. This is basically 13% all the way up to 20% or more, meaning this is where the wealthy find their growth, right? They're not dealing with the dead money, safe money, or even healthy money from time to time. Again, your foundation needs to be exactly what we've talked about on the show, right? Your financial money, your money milestones. You need to be educated. You need to have proper protection. You have to have proper reserves, proper emergency funds, right? And then at that point, once you deal with that, you're not necessarily worried about the interest rate at the start with these products, because you're using those vehicles for a very specific purpose, right? Your long-term care insurance, your health insurance, your life insurance, your index universal life policy. Those are accomplishing a very specific purpose. But then secondary and tertiary to that is going to be obviously the interest rates and some of these other topics. So when it comes to the four conditions of money, as Gary Keller talks a lot about, is you want to be aware of these types of things, right? As you're dabbling and playing in various, opportunities and vehicles, you want to make sure that you're being aware of what type of return is this giving me, right? I mean, big talks around, cryptocurrency and blockchain and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, those have the initial, extreme upsides, but they also have extreme downsides. So you're looking for the consistency. So when you're looking at what type of investments and brokerage accounts or returns or ROIs, keep in mind the four conditions of money. So dead money, safe money, healthy money, and wealthy money. Those are going to help you dictate where you're going to find your growth, right? You want to maintain the protection, which again, you want to at least outpace inflation. Then you want to be able to have that as your foundation so that you can build upon that. There's no reason to have, these 20, 30, 40% returns if you have a weak foundation, so that at any point if something happens, it gobbles up the entire return that you had. So I encourage everybody to go out and take a look at this book. Obviously, it's an incredible book. Obviously, Gary Keller, got his start and found a lot of his success in the real estate market. But the principles that we talk about on this channel, that Gary Keller talks about, and a lot of these financial experts talk about, they're universal principles. They're not, solely specific to the industry that they're coming from. Right? Money does not, money's not biased. They don't care what industry you're in, what you do on a daily basis. They just want what they want, right? And so understanding how money works is what we like to talk about here on this channel. So stay tuned. We'll bring you guys more key principles.